Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to helping you say yes to the deck. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We have Ellie joining us for another episode of helping you guys say yes to the deck. I'm really excited to help you narrow down your choices. I'm probably just gonna sick Peggy on you. That's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
Ellie is joining us. Ellie, you have a channel, Ellie Amethyst.
Yeah, I do.
It will be linked below.
It will be linked below. What kind of content do you make over there?
Well, I started my like witchy tarot journey back in September, so I've kind of been documenting that, and I've been mostly doing a lot of pick a card readings, which have been helping me a lot to learn doing tarot readings, and I do a lot of deck flip throughs.
Yes,
nice,
awesome.
So you have picked 4 decks.
I did, yes.
You have picked 4 decks.
Okay.
Should I name them, or do you want to?
We've been doing one at a time, so we can just attack you individually. I mean, discuss them individually as we go.
Yeah, there was actually a theme why I picked all of these decks. I don't know if you've noticed maybe a theme within the decks.
A theme for sure.
Yeah, they're all witchy themed, and the thing in my mind was they're all similar enough to think about picking only one of them, but they're also different enough to argue to get all of them.
Oh, I see what you've done. I've done that thing. I know exactly what that's all about. Which one do you want to tell us about first?
Let's start with the Everyday Witch Tarot, because I actually have the Everyday Witch Oracle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't picked up the Oracle yet, but I do absolutely love the tarot, so I'm super biased.
I know.
But this is really, really fantastic. I love Deborah Blake's writing, but I'm going to shut up. What do you like about this deck?
I really like the imagery, and I keep hearing that this is a great deck to own, and I really like that it is witchy, but it perfectly, the title of the deck is perfect for what it is. It is everyday witchy, and that is what I like about it so much.
So you like this because it's got that kind of witchy feel, and you like the imagery. Have you noticed that there's a bit of a mix of both modern and kind of medievally, it's kind of like they're blended in this deck? Have you noticed that about it?
Yeah, I did, at least in the cards that I saw, but I am also not very familiar with medieval imagery necessarily, more the modern thing. Have
you watched a full walkthrough or flip through of it yet?
I'm pretty sure that I have, but it has been a while.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And now, do you have decks that are similar?
Oh, good question.
In art or in...
I have one witchy deck, which is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. So that is... Oh, my dog is almost falling off of my lap.
Yeah,
Bruno should be over soon, too.
Yeah, he's literally asleep right now, which is
he might sleep today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my only like witchy themed tarot deck, and then I have this witchy oracle deck, and then the Believe in Your Own Magic oracle deck, which is sort of I love
this. So good with the Everyday Witch Tarot too. I'm just
relax. I know. Okay, you've already picked for her.
It pairs really good.
Lisa has already picked for you. You need to ignore her.
We haven't talked about the others yet, though. So
yes,
I mean,
relax.
Yeah.
This is one of Lisa's favorite decks, so she's going to be no help at all
whatsoever.
At all. Now,
that's why you're here, Peggy.
How many decks do you have? Are you a collector, or do you intend to work with every deck that you have?
I do intend to work with every deck that I have, but it's not that hard because I do those pick a card readings, and I do. I am very conscious about using different decks. I think I own 10 tarot decks now. I mean, I started back in September, so.
So you really want this deck to work? Because some people don't mind just putting it on. Some people don't mind collecting it to collect it, and that can be really important in your decision making.
That's true. Do you, with your pick a card readings, do you use multiple decks at one time?
Sometimes, yeah, it depends on how I feel for that.
Oh, there's so much
theme.
room
Yeah.
for playing with decks. You could have so
Yeah.
many when you pick a
I
card.
know.
Yeah,
I know.
saying a big collection when you're doing pick a cards. I mean, if you're using multiple per reading, I mean,
Okay.
just think of all the bandwidth. I mean, there's so many.
Okay, we're gonna.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
I'm not
so
helping.
because this is the first deck, this is the first deck, and Lisa likes it.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't eliminate it yet.
It sounds like it's a deck that fits what you're looking for right now. So we will not make a decision on this deck yet, and let's talk about the next deck because we're going to start comparing sooner or later anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll table this one for now. Which one do you want to tell us about next?
I think that the one that is most similar to the Everyday Witch Tarot would be the Green Witch Tarot.
Okay.
These are the two I was deciding between originally.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Do you have this?
Nope. I actually did the exact same thing. I was like, do I want the Everyday Witch or the Green Witch? Because they felt similar to each other. And I wanted to decide which one felt more like the one I was drawn to, I guess, because they do feel like it does kind of feel like you don't necessarily need both, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling, but I don't have a very nature themed. I don't have any nature themed tarot decks. I do have the Magical Dogs tarot, which is sort of naturey, but in my opinion is really different from this. And I have the Green Witch Oracle, which also is very different from this, but I really wanted a nature green themed tarot deck.
This is really pretty. I don't think I've looked at this in a long time.
Okay, this has got really pretty art. Now, where are I don't know, the art's really pretty on this deck, but like the Horned God, I don't know what card that corresponds to.
Emperor.
I was gonna say I assume the
Emperor.
Emperor.
This one feels very Wiccan to me.
It has a learning curve.
Yeah, maybe it feels very Wiccan. Would you lean Wiccan in your practice? If you're comfortable.
I haven't really checked anything about any religion out yet. I am interested in doing that, but I'm not there in my practice yet.
Then Peggy's right. This one would have a bit of a learning curve because the suits have been renamed.
Well, they have,
and they're. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. You have number 4, the Horned God. Number 14. I can't actually.
I think it says the she. I think that's temperance.
Right,
so it's
which is fine. So I'm kind of wondering if this needs to come off of your list for. Okay, if you're still in the learning phases, then this may need to come off of your list because you're probably going to be relying on the book a lot just to remind yourself
which card is which.
Okay, this is what suit is this again? Oh, this is okay. Athame is a sword. I get that, but what are the other ones? What's the Horned God? What's number 4? Because you're going to have to remember the major arcana by its numbers if you're not.
You'll have to get.
Are you interested in a learning curve? Or do you want to just be able to build on what you already have without having to?
I think I have a couple of decks already that do have a learning curve and that I'm currently working with to learn more about them. I do happen to know the major arcana and the numbers and knowing which numbers correspond to which card. So I also would know that that is the Emperor. But I don't know if I necessarily want to add another deck to my learning stack of decks.
That's what I was going to say is if you could know the tarot really well, but I feel like this deck has a specific layer of
you can still
I was going to say it feels like it has a specific layer of like almost Wicca theme or witchy theme that if those themes are not super comfortable and familiar, it'll take some time to get to know those and seeing how
puppy.
Look at your mama. Let it see.
Oh, he's adorable.
Yeah, but it's Dutch for bear.
I was just gonna say, not the drink.
That's exactly what I said before we started filming. Yeah,
I know. I didn't know where. I don't know what language it is, but it's not called. It's not usually called beer in Europe, in the EU.
Yeah.
No.
Except in England and the UK. But yeah, I know these things. I know a few things once in a while.
No,
I didn't know that it meant
Dutch.
beer. I did not know
beer. Yeah.
I knew it didn't mean the drink.
Look at how cute it is.
He's adorable. I mean, I don't know. It's probably nitpicking, but
that's our job, though.
It's probably nitpicking. But the Green Witch does go a little toward there. You would have to read the book. You would have to learn a little bit about it. And if you don't have the time or the interest to do that, then you may not find yourself using that deck.
I would say to pick one of either the Everyday Witch Tarot. I would say narrow it down to one of those two, because I think they would fill a similar space. I think the other two decks you have on your list, which we haven't talked about yet, I feel like are starting to go a little bit off-road a bit, whereas these two, I feel like they're kind of in the same sort of family.
Yeah.
So if you could narrow down to one of those two, it might make the rest of your narrowing down a little easier.
Yeah.
Of the two, which are you most excited about between Everyday Witch Tarot and Green Witch Tarot?
I think the Everyday Witch Tarot, because I feel like it's a deck that I could shuffle and read with pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I would guess. That's what I would guess, because both decks have really nice art. I like both decks.
Oh yeah,
I do like both decks. I don't think I would, as much as I like the Green Witch, because the art is really. I think I like the art of the Green Witch better, but I think I'd be less likely to use it for sure if I had it.
Yeah, it is a bit more whimsical, and I happen to actually. I bought from the previous episode from helping say yes to the deck. I bought the Dreaming Way Tarot, which is really whimsical. It was only 16 euros, and I thought nice. I have to buy it. So that is a little bit more of a lighter whimsical deck, but it does. When I just saw the Green Witch imagery again, it reminded me of like almost a darker version of a whimsical. Yeah, so I thought and that one is coming in next week.
I love that you've already bought one from Say Yes to the Deck. I literally just now typed.
You're not supposed to be doing that to people.
I know. But I literally just typed into my wish list the Green Witch Tarot. If that makes you feel any better about your life. I need to at least think about that one. I haven't looked at it in a long time. It's real pretty. But
maybe I could do that to others who are watching, like you did it to me.
That's kind of the point. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to compare things a little differently, or think of it from a slightly different perspective. And it's not about what you should or shouldn't buy, but I mean, it sounds like you want to be able to immediately use what you buy
right out of the box.
I don't like. Lots of people buy the Green Witch because they want to learn something new and dive deeper. I don't think that's the deck for you right now, though.
No, I don't think so either.
Which one do you want to talk about next?
Okay.
I think the and I want to pronounce it correctly, the Forest of Enchantment. Am I saying it correctly? I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is also nature themed, and what I really like about this is that it is a combination of animals and people, and I don't really have a deck like that in my collection. I have the I think it's called Spirit Animal Tarot, but I wasn't connecting with that, so I am actually selling that. And I have the Magical Dogs Tarot, which is just dogs, so it's very different from this as well. And this feels like it's either people in a card, animals in a card, or a very peaceful combination of the two. Like in the Strength card, they are really in there together, instead of when usually in a Strength card, I feel like the human has the biggest role, and I don't really feel that in this card. Yeah, it's more harmony. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think, and this is such a spectacular deck too.
The first thing I noticed is that the one card is called the Forge.
But she already said that wasn't a problem for her. Knowing the majors and stuff.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say if there's a lot of it in this deck.
There is, all the suits are renamed. So the swords are challenges, the pentacles are boons.
But if there's nothing else to learn, then you're still fine.
I will say between this one and the Green Witch, I actually do feel like this one would have a slightly steeper learning curve.
Okay.
No, hold on. No, but this one has a really interesting fairy tale-esque kind of beautiful theme where it's like fairy tale concepts, not necessarily specific fairy tales, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So it definitely has a really unique spin. But I think that if you're reasoning for eliminating the Green Witch as the learning curve, I don't think you get off the hook here. I still want to talk you into it because it's freaking beautiful. Yeah. But it doesn't really let you off the hook. Do you have anything else like this in your collection now?
No, you mentioned fairy tales. I do have the Tarot of the Divide, but that's also completely different
from this. That is completely different, I agree. Yeah. What do you think?
I would be able to gain a meaning with I would be able to gain a meaning. Like, okay, the Forge I would have to look up, but if you only have to look up a few cards, then you're fine.
Yeah.
I can get a meaning from the rest of these cards without having to do a lot of thinking.
Yeah, the artwork is so visual.
Okay. Sometimes the deck comes with sometimes the book comes with a completely different learning curve to it. Okay, look at the okay. We just recently did the Tower Takeover, and we did a live walkthrough on that, and we're looking at the deck, and it was reading just like a regular tarot deck with fun art on it.
Yeah.
And then we realized to look at the book and realize that the book has a completely different take on how to read the tarot as Tower experiences, and it was actually
really good.
It was actually really good, but you could use the deck by itself as just a tarot deck, or you could use it with the book and learn something new.
True.
So I don't know whether
I'm not talking her out of this either.
No, just let me finish. So I don't know if I'm asking you, Ellie, or if I'm asking Lisa, is this deck readable can you read the deck without having to learn something new? Did I say it right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It right. There are definitely cards in this deck that at first glance, if you're very comfortable with the Rider-Waite-Smith, you mentioned you learned on the Modern Witch Tarot.
Yeah.
I do think there are several cards in this deck that stray far enough away from the Rider-Waite-Smith familiar sort of imagery that you will have to work for it a little bit. And that could end up being fantastic and expansive for your tarot journey, or it could end up feeling challenging. I don't like saying that because it is so beautiful, but I do think this is one you would probably want to or feel like you need to lean into the guidebook, at least initially, depending on how you read. So like if you typically put a card on the table and you already know, okay, I know what the Five of Swords is. Now let me examine the artwork and see how this blends with the Five of Swords. You'll probably be fine. But if you rely on the imagery to cue you or to remind you, I guess, kind of,
then it's just like the Green Witch.
Then it will be a little bit like the Green Witch.
Okay, it sounds like it's going to be an educational process for you.
But it depends on where she's at already. So I guess that's the question.
But then again, doesn't that mean the Green Witch can go back on as well?
Theoretically, we've already eliminated that one.
It sounds like this is not a deck that you're just going to open the box and start using.
Do you feel like you when you lay a Five of Swords or Six of Swords, you kind of know right away what it is, or do you lean into the artwork as part of that?
It's both. It's both, like you described. I know it, and then I look at the artwork and see what I can add to that meaning, but I also don't tend to read one card by itself. I usually pull 2 or 3 cards. For even when I do a 3-card spread, for each thing I pull 1 or 3 cards,
right?
Because it makes it more specific for me to read.
But if you do a pick a card reading, you use 3 or 4 different decks. Having decks like this means you're going to have 3 or 4 different books handy too. Is that going to work for what you want to do?
No, I do that with Oracle as well, because I always read the message that I first get, and then I go into the guidebook to see if there's anything that I can add that I initially missed. That's usually how I do the pick a cards.
Well, that's beautiful then. I'm not helping. I'm sorry.
No, you're not helping.
No, but I'm not saying much, but I'm really trying to let it all sink in what you're saying. And
it's fine.
Usually I'm like that. So it's a nice change of pace to be able to shut up. So
don't give us permission. It's already bad enough.
No, but I do think that you were really right about the Green Witch Tarot. So the same goes for this one, even though I do think it's beautiful. And I do really think that it adds something to my tarot practice. I don't know if I'm necessarily there yet to add it to my practice. And if I look at all these decks, then from these 3 that we've went over so far, I do think that the Everyday Witch Tarot, that is the easiest to read and to just get out of the box, shuffle, and read with so far.
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
And I'm picking up some energy from you that's what one of your bigger focuses is, at least right now.
Yeah, it is.
Having it be readable right out of the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again,
it hurts my heart a little bit, but I think it does make sense. It does make sense.
And see, I don't get to say a lot this time, because again, just to point out that you mentioned when we were before that all of these decks are about the same price, and none of them are expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't get to beat you up over that.
No.
Yeah, I would.
You want to eliminate this one, huh? Oh, it's gotta go.
I think unfortunately, based on where you are and what you're looking for in a deck right now, I would eliminate it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful deck, and again, along with the Green Witch, those might be decks to get down the road because expensive. And
keep it on your for later list.
Keep it on, maybe. But I wouldn't get either of those decks right now because they're not going to match what you need them for at the moment.
Thank God for
I think so too.
I would have still had 3 decks on your list if it were up to me.
She is so not helpful this time. Are you hearing this? Like, she wants to talk you into all 4 decks. My God.
Well, this is like having an angel and a devil on my shoulder while putting them in the shopping cart and then clicking them out of the shopping cart and then clicking them back into. That's what I have done with the Forest of Enchantment tarot and with the other. Well, and I was really glad to see the community post when you said you were going to help viewers. I thought that's exactly what I need.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Well, so far we're having fun. And Lisa is sad for you. Well, Lisa is sad for me. Lisa. Yeah. Okay.
It really isn't even about you anymore.
So we have we've unfortunately eliminated those 2 right away. We still have the Everyday Witch, which is actually a good deck. So it's not going to be a bad deck to end up with.
Oh God, no.
But you have one more deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have one more deck. Where are we at with that deck?
Oh, yeah, that one is the White Newman Tarot, and it is pretty new, I think. I think it released last, April, I think. And I haven't seen a lot of videos on it, but I do really, I think it's really pretty, and it's from the same publishing company as the Modern Witch. Right?
It is.
Am I saying that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like it. It's like nothing that I have currently in my collection. Yeah. I don't know. Sarah, do you want else to add?
The most obvious question I have right this second, because there's, you haven't seen the entire deck, and right away there's nudity. Is that something that is an issue for you?
No, I'm Dutch. We're not really prudes.
Yeah, no, exactly. I didn't think it's usually not a problem for most people, but it is worth pointing out.
Yeah, of course.
There's partially topless and topless woman.
Yeah, there was a fair number in this deck, as I recall. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, if Ellie's not concerned, then it's not a concern, but it's worth pointing out.
One thing I'm noticing right away,
the same.
This feels, and I don't know because I don't have the Dreaming Way, but this feels a little like it's in that same kind of wheelhouse as the Dreaming Way. It's kind of,
it has the same kind of borders.
Maybe that's what it is.
How do you feel? Do you feel that you can immediately take meaning from these cards?
Well, there are a lot of Rider-Waite things that I see in it, but in a more whimsical kind of way.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so then move on to the next one with cards.
There's only 2.
Yeah, no, that's fine because we have the same thing.
Okay, yeah, so we have the Chariot, I think, the Lovers, the can't tell. Hierophant.
High Priest.
That's the Hierophant.
Okay.
The Emperor. Yeah. That's the High Priestess.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm feeling like I can get some. I'm feeling like I can take some meaning from all of these cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and a little bit different also, but not too complicated, I think.
Okay.
That's a really good point. This also has animals. You were mentioning something about having people and animals together was something you were kind of looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there is that theme of sort of animal connection with people, specifically through this deck.
Yeah. I like the cards. I like the card back.
The card back is beautiful. And the quality on this deck is really nice. It's not as thick or stiff as the Modern Witch Tarot is, so it's easier to shuffle.
That's great. Yeah, I have quite small hands, so it's really hard sometimes to shuffle it.
Yeah.
So price-wise, Everyday Witch and the White Newman, because we're down to these 2 now.
Yeah, we are.
We're down to these 2. We're already there. So price-wise,
they're similar.
You had mentioned that you can get all. You had mentioned that all of these decks are available to you on Amazon.
Yes, and it's only a €5 difference, with the Everyday Witch Tarot being the more expensive one.
Okay, and you don't have budgeting issues that make that €5 a big problem for you at all?
No.
Okay, so you're good that way.
I do have one question. how much do you enjoy working with the guidebook? Because that is one big difference between the Everyday Witch Tarot and the White Newman. The Everyday Witch Tarot has a big full-size guidebook, and the White Newman has the same kind of guidebook you have with the Modern Witch.
Which is what?
It's like a small little hardback little white book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually, when I have a good guidebook with the deck, I will use that with other decks too, if it feels right. So I don't use the guidebook from the Modern Witch Tarot because I don't like how it doesn't have any keywords. It has already made interpretations, which I don't feel I can apply to every reading that a certain card comes up. And the Magical Dogs Tarot has a really great guidebook with keywords. And I have the Housewives Tarot, which also has a really great, it's very small, but it's really accurate in my opinion.
Yeah.
And how it feels for me. So I will pull guidebooks from other decks. But if the Everyday Witch Tarot does have a really good guidebook, then that is something that I can add to my collection with that deck.
Yeah, so you kind of get a twofer, in a way.
And do you have the Everyday Witch?
I have the Everyday Witch. I don't have this one, but I did review this one.
Okay, but you have so the Everyday Witch, does the guidebook come with the keywords, or is it like?
Let me check. I think it does.
Oh, we'll take a pause.
I'll grab it.
Go grab the book. Lisa will go grab the book, because if you use the book for other things, I'm gonna have to repeat. Oh no, I don't have to repeat anything. Lisa can just not be here. It can be just you and I.
I thought I would put him up for you.
He's adorable. If you use a guidebook if you use a good guidebook for multiple decks, then that might be a factor for you today, especially with the price being the same otherwise.
So let's bring it up, and I'll share with you how the entries are laid out. So we have this style guidebook with full page of artwork, like that.
Oh,
but what's new about this is that under every card, at least through the majors, and I think through the minors, through the majors, there's like a little phrase at the bottom. So at the Wheel of Fortune, it says, "All possibilities lie before you."
Oh, it's similar to the Good Karma deck that also has the Good Karma tip or the Good Karma something in the guidebook.
Yeah. And then also on the opposite page, you have like another little quick phrase to get to know the card. So this one, same thing for the Wheel of Fortune, with change comes opportunity, which will you choose? And then you get the full meaning. And then you also get a things to consider. So like in the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune says, heads up, pay attention. Are there opportunities in front of you that you aren't paying attention to? If so, you'd better grab one before it spins out of reach. Wrestling with a difficult choice, this card won't help you to make the decision, but it does remind you that fortune favors the bold if you don't choose. Just to kind of give you a feel of how it's like written.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have a list of keywords for every card, though.
Yes, it does. There's the Three of Swords, and it's oh my achy breaky heart.
Yeah, but that's not a list of keywords, like a phrase,
no, but it gives you, but it's not keywords. Sometimes heartbreak is unavoidable. The least you can do is learn from it. So it's not keywords. They're very short, followed by a write-up.
I love that about this book. This is one of my favorite tarot guidebooks, actually. It's got a very conversational feel, and it's very approachable.
As soon as you said about using the books,
I
didn't realize it was also this book, but Lisa has a few books that she's gotten with her decks that she uses for other decks. Apparently, show her a deck that she's in love with, and she's just not going to be helpful at all.
Just a little bit. Tiny bit.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You're like, here's all the reasons why everything else but the Everyday Witch sucks.
I did that. I also like the Forest of Enchantment, and I added the Green Witch Tarot to my wish list. So I don't think I'm helping on any of the decks except the White Newman, which I passed.
Stop talking.
Okay.
You're done. Stop talking now. Okay. So we're down to these two. The Green Witch, and I've already forgotten what was the other one.
The White Newman.
No, not the White Newman. There was the Green Witch.
The Forest of Enchantment.
Forest of Enchantment. So those two, those two got eliminated because you're gonna have to take the time to learn about the cards and how they are intended to work. Stop. Stop. So those. You're not helping. Don't laugh. That just encourages her like a toddler. Like a toddler.
Well, I'm a guest here. I'm supposed to be polite.
Oh no, you don't have to be polite.
No, no, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. No manners allowed.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Green Witch and the Forest of Enchantment, they do have their. You would have to take the time to learn them before you can really use them. That's basically, they're beautiful decks, but that's the main reason why we eliminated them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you haven't changed your mind on that, we hope.
No.
With this one.
Well, I will wait for the walkthrough of the Green Witch whenever you do decide to purchase it, and maybe I'll purchase it after that.
Everyday Witch has a really big guidebook.
Yeah.
I think you would find it useful.
You mentioned the guidebook. I'm just playing show and tell. She took it away.
Now the guidebook that I think you would find useful, so you'll get added value.
True.
Yeah.
The White Newman, you can open the box and use that too.
Yeah.
So, okay, personally, I would say Everyday Witch.
I clearly have skin in the game, right?
She's got something. Now, because they do have different art. Like the Everyday Witch did seem to be the one that you got the most excited about, but that just might be everything to her.
Yeah, it could be influencing.
Maybe. Yeah, but that is also what I felt. And when I look at the imagery of the Everyday Witch and the White Newman, I think that the Everyday Witch is more like nothing that I already own, and the White Newman might be similar to the Dreaming Way that is coming in probably next week. So
that's what I felt when I first looked at it.
So you've got a deck coming in now. Are you I mean, obviously you can make it, we can help you make a decision today, and you can still change your mind in 5 minutes, right? There's no rules, right? So there's that. Which deck makes the most sense to you at a glance? Because
I think the Everyday Witch Tarot. Yeah, it's one that has been on my wish list probably the longest, also because the White Newman, of course, is way newer. But yeah, and the White Newman,
I also think the Everyday Witch, like you said, you can just whip it out of the box and throw them down. And I think the way that they're illustrated, I do think it's just so easy and breezy to pull it out and throw the cards down and read with them. So I think that'll be nice for you. And the Dreaming Way will already, I think, challenge you a little bit in a good way.
See, I think I can see you getting the White Newman later.
Kind of like with Forest of Enchantment.
Once you've seen more walkthroughs and getting a better look at the art and stuff like that.
Peggy says, "Get all the things."
No.
Is that a first? Is that a first?
No.
She did it earlier too. She's being very encouraging.
No, I think that you should get the Everyday Witch. I think that is the clear winner, because every single thing that you said you wanted, the Everyday Witch has.
I agree.
There's not even a money conversation because they're both inexpensive decks. The value for your money conversation, it sounds like the Everyday Witch does come with a bigger, better book that you can use for multiple decks.
And that's a little bit cheaper one, if I understand.
No, the Everyday Witch is 30 euros, I think, and the White Newman 25 euros.
Yeah.
Okay, in my head
on Amazon right now.
Yeah. So, but I think
tomorrow.
I think the Everyday Witch is going to work better for you because you can open the box, you can use it right away. You have the book, you can use the book for multiple decks, because something as simple those simple little one-line things. So I think you can. So I think the Everyday Witch is. I think the Everyday Witch is your winner. It's up to you to decide what your winner is. I think the Everyday Witch is your winner, but I think you should keep the White Newman on a list for later.
To consider after you've gotten to know the Dreaming Way, to see if you really do think they're similar or not.
Yeah, I think it might come. I think if it's too close to the Dreaming Way, you might take it off. But you mentioned looking for walkthroughs, and there's not enough walkthroughs in the White Newman yet.
Yeah, I haven't really seen the White Newman in action yet. As with the Everyday Witch Tarot, a lot of people have that. A lot of people use that for their pick a card readings or something. So I have seen that in action, and I have heard a lot of people love that, and that is not the case necessarily with the White Newman.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's been tested more.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think you need to give the White Newman more time.
Yeah.
Before deciding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all the reasons. Okay, I think you're at the.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes to the Everyday Witch Tarot.
Are you going to do a walkthrough on your channel when you get it in?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yay.
I will.
I'll watch that.
Yeah,
I hope you love it. I think you
Problem
will. I really do, especially if you
I
like
think
the
you'll like
Modern
it.
Witch. I think the Modern Witch and the Everyday Witch both have similar characteristics in the sense that they're very readable, they're very relatable. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
Lisa really likes
wanted
the
that one
Everyday
to
Witch.
win.
She really likes the. I said Weech. She really likes the I told you.
Like beach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Really, Lisa really likes the Everyday Witch. I do. Its overall popularity and ease of use, I think, is going to make it the best choice for you, especially since you want to do pick a card readings with it.
Yep.
And things like that. I'm assuming you're going to use it on your channel.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
So yeah, and it's also, you know what, if you're using it on your channel to do pick a card readings and stuff like that, having art that your viewers can understand also is a really
That's a really good point.
Which we probably could have talked a little bit more about that. It just kind of didn't occur to me to bring it up.
But now it validates your decision, so we're good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You know what? You were a joy and easy to work with. She was the problem.
I was a total brat this
Did
episode.
you notice that? Did you notice that? It's like,
well, I was an enabler, kind of.
yeah, but you know what?
I kind of knew when I saw the list. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have feelings about this one.
Yeah, but I, had to talk her into more than I had to talk you into.
It's true. You kind of did. Yeah. Yeah, you were great. You made quick good decisions, and I just helped agonize. But so, okay, I have a question for you. You have shared with me your YouTube channel. Is there any other social media that people should know about so they can follow you and like see your stuff?
Yeah, this is a nice one.
Yeah, I actually do daily card pulls on TikTok, and I post those on Instagram as well. So my TikTok is Ellie Amethyst, and my Instagram is actually That's So Witchy, and then so from sewing, because I also have an Etsy shop where I sell. Sorry, Peggy, where I sell my handmade tarot bags.
That's awesome.
You know what?
We will link that down below. Both your
the
shops,
more, the merrier. There's plenty for There's plenty for everybody. You know what? There's like how many millions of people are into tarot? I can't make that many bags. Can you?
No,
it's not a problem. We will link it. So we can link your.
We'll link your Etsy shop, your Instagram, and your
all
TikTok.
of that, and your Etsy shop.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
That's part of. That's the trade-off. You have to buy your own prize. The least we can do is link your stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll do that.
Okay, everybody. So go check out the Etsy shop as well as the TikTok and the Instagram.
The Instagram. Check it out.
Buy some tarot bags, and then you can buy more decks. Basically, how that works.
That's the thing.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining and putting up with us.
Fun.
And
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for putting up with Lisa.
And you. Well, you weren't hard to put up this time. I was the troublemaker. All right. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed soon. So.
Well, this was fun. Thank you for coming by.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello, Ellie.
So we have another willing volunteer / victim that we get to
/hard mode.
So we're having some technical trouble, and Kelly is amazing at like just sticking with it. So she can't see us, which is gonna be fun. We can make funny faces at her the whole time. She'd never know. We can do that to you.
Whoa. There's this thing. There's gonna be the day when you publish this.
I know. Yeah, she'd find out eventually. Oh, no. Hold up a sign and be like, buy that one, and she wouldn't even know.
No, I'm not doing that. Lisa is going to behave herself, or I will be mean to Lisa. I will try my best to be nice to you.
That's how it always works. She'll be nice to you and mean to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay, so you have picked your decks, pairing each tarot deck with an oracle deck.
Nope.
No? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I misunderstood when you told me.
Are we going to be helping you pick between sets of 2?
Correct.
So you're going to buy 3 decks.
Yes.
Which is exciting for me because I get to help spend your money. Okay. So there's 3 pairs. We're going to help her narrow down 1 from each pair so that she can ultimately buy 3.
Oh, so you have a goal. Now, is there a reason for this? Is there a reason for the 3? Do you have particular goals and what you tend to?
Yeah, because 1 pair is an oracle deck.
Okay.
Oh.
Another, they're both animal decks.
Okay.
Okay.
The other 2 are tarot decks. Again, straight up animal decks.
Okay.
And then I have a pair of tarot that's kind of like more like RWS, but a little bit more gray, dark feel to it.
Cool. So basically, I like, can we just focus for a second on like how badass it is that you're like, I'm walking away from here with 3 decks. That's what's happening. Okay.
And what's interesting is that I think 3 of these have not been out yet.
Oh, and I think I know what one of those is. And I was like, is it out yet? I had a little heart attack when it showed up in your head. And I'm like, is that out? Because I've been watching that. Okay, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. But
slow down.
I know.
Slow down. Okay, so Lisa is the one that we have to like just keep her reined in today. Reined in. You're keeping her. R-A-I-M. Yeah. Apparently, I can't say rain today.
I want to know what raimed means.
You're gonna do what you're told and that's never happened. Okay. So I'm gonna jump in a bit of reverse order. You're planning on buying 3 decks. How important to you is your budget?
That's a good question.
You know, I have a budget that works where the thing is that I don't spend anything until the second half of the month, and that's when all the rest of the bills are paid off.
Gotcha.
Right. So you are budgeted, and this makes sense to how you do your purchasing to begin with then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we don't have to play the help. We don't have to, I don't have to be your money manager here then.
Right.
Okay. So the next obvious question, why 3 decks and why all at once? Do you have things going on?
All at once. I'm thinking of like just doing one, play with them for a little bit, do the next one, play with them a little bit,
and then decide between each pair.
I have a collection that is pretty much done. I don't do tarot as like a business. It's more for my spiritual practice.
Gotcha.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah.
Okay, because that's.
There's no way like I will ever be like Lisa or Dustin or Simon.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with that. I've got a little tiny collection, and I'm never going to read professionally for anybody because I'm never going to be that good.
Right.
So, do you collect for the sake of collecting then, or does everything have to be? Okay. So I'm good to go.
I read them, or I put them on my altar, focus on the energy, whatever.
Okay.
I do a little bit of everything.
So let's
narrow down out of the first pair.
So we're going to narrow down your pairs and then help you decide which one's coming first. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
But
we know that 3
I know what I'm working with here. Okay. We know that you've agreed to play this on hard mode today. She's literally bouncing up and down beside me right now.
I'm so excited you're buying 3. I'm like, this is going to be a fun one.
This is fine. This is good.
Eventually, buying 3 eventually.
Right.
Okay. So which pairing do you want to start with? I can only show 1 deck at a time, but we'll start narrowing down your first pair.
That's fine. We're going to do the 2 oracles.
Okay. Do you want to start with the Animalkin first, and we can talk about that one?
Yeah, we'll do that one first because I know that's been out for a while. And I ended up coming across it through your channel.
Ooh, this is my favorite animal oracle. So,
and what I like about it was the borders and the all different colors, but they complement the coloring of the animal. I like with the horse. It says, what was it? Motivation.
Yeah, motivation.
And usually it's freedom, and I'm like, that's different.
Yep, it's almost got a chariot kind of energy to it.
Right. Now I watched yours, and I watched Dawn Michelle's from Beau Hotel. I watched her walk through as well.
Yeah.
The downsize, what I like about also is that it has 65 cards.
It's beefy, yeah.
It's beefy, but the downfall is because it's 65. It's a huge deck.
Yeah. It is big.
It's big. The size is like the size of the card is big.
That's true. Although you've got enough
6. I'm like, so I'm like, and Peggy's gonna love this about me. I like to hold off for a couple of years and sit on it and see if I still want it.
Okay. You know what? That's how I pick my tattoos. If I don't feel I pick a design that if I don't like it a year from now, I'm not getting it permanently put on my body.
Like this one. This one came out, I would think 8 years ago. I finally saw this. I finally bought it last year after having it out for 7 years.
Okay, okay, so you're not in a rush. You are not.
No.
You're the opposite of me.
Okay, so FOMO, fear of missing out, is a thing, and you don't have it.
No.
You don't mind.
No.
So how long has Animal Kin been on your wish list then? Approximately.
Since last year.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
But I kind of held off because I'm like, I want to see what else is out there. And then I went on Llewellyn about 3 weeks ago. No, about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I saw the Winter Seer Animal Oracle by Ciolo Thompson. And I know that it's a little, also it's not a 65 card deck. And that's okay. But what I like about it is that, and I'm very intrigued, is I do a Celtic path. I've been practicing witch for like 25 years. I do the Celtic. I tend to go, I noticed some of my deities that I read about is mostly Welsh.
Right.
But now, I'm not a big fan of her tarot decks.
Right. Me either.
It's too minimalism. But I just got this.
Okay, this is interesting, yeah.
Oh, let me open up your screen so we can see. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay, so that's the herb one.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
I don't mind this in like an oracle deck.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like 78, and I'm not a minimalist with a tarot deck.
Same.
Okay.
But
you
with
don't
an
mind
oracle
the
deck, I'm okay with it.
So this is very different than the Animal Kin. If you think about the Winter Seer Animal Oracle in that style,
And she focuses on the Norse and the Celtic, and that's very intriguing.
Yeah, it's got it's got a very like pretty. It's actually, I would say the animal one, Winter Seer Animal Oracle.
And that will complement with the Earth, the Green Witch Tower.
Oh,
and this one has over each card has an animal of some kind and an herbal flower with it that complements the card.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you've already got a pairing in mind.
Right.
Ooh. Okay, so we're between these two decks right now.
I kind of feel like you've already got a pairing in mind for the Winter Seer. You have an herb deck. You could actually pair the two Oracle decks together, which could be kind of cool.
Now, of these two decks, one has keywords and one doesn't. Does that matter to you?
Oh, good point. Good question.
No, not really.
Does it matter?
No.
Cool.
I have some decks that have keywords, and I have some that don't, and it really doesn't bother me.
Perfect.
Okay. So
then of the two,
okay, I'd make a quick decision on this one myself because you've already got decks that you can pair it with.
That's what I was thinking.
I would take the second one. And I didn't
Winter Seer.
Winter Seer.
Yeah, Winter Seer.
The Winter Seer pairs with what you've already got. Do you use your decks together like that?
Yes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends on my mood.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily matter.
But it's cool if it can.
Okay, so what was the name of the first one again?
Animal Kin.
Animal Kin.
Animal Kin.
I'm just a squirrel today. I forget everything 5 seconds after you say it. I don't know why. But, so Animal Kin.
Oh, just like my husband.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Okay, the Animal Kin. Do you have anything in your collection that you can immediately pair it with?
No, not really.
So you may be stuck.
It would definitely be in a lone deck. That's for sure.
So you can't pair it.
No. Maybe with this one.
Maybe, but I feel like I think the Witch and the Winter Seer go so beautifully together. And then you could also pair that Winter Seer with your the herbal deck by the same artist. Yeah.
And I like the fact that she's using more colors.
Yeah.
With that one. Yeah. As well as I'm starting to like decks that has more beef. Like, this one has an animal and an herb.
Right.
Notice with the Winter Seer one, it has an animal and some type of tree or some type of flower.
I didn't notice that about it, but that's a good point. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna get a lot of use out of this one from what you've said so far.
I think the Winter Seer
is the winner of this pair
won already. Because it's already got elements you like. You're not worried about the keywords.
And the other thing is that because it has Celtic,
it's fitting the Celtic.
I have these two.
Oh, it would pair with those also. That's the dragon deck from Lisa Hunt. Yeah, so it would go with all of those. Yeah, this is definitely the clear winner. There's not even a question.
That's the clear winner. You're gonna get so much use out of it, and it's gonna pair with so much that you already have. So yeah.
Oh, and it doesn't come out until October 2021.
And that's okay.
Perfect.
I can hold off.
Okay, so that's probably like number 2 or 3 on the list.
Yeah, because we can order it based on when they're coming out. Oh, cool. This is fun.
How come you said we?
Oh, what? Because I'm very invested in this decision-making process right now.
So that's the first one.
Okay. Next pairing. What are we going to work on?
You can change your mind, but this is the first one. This is the obvious winner between these two.
It is an obvious winner. There's no doubt about it. I'm not changing my mind.
Okay. I love that. I love these firm decision-making process here.
Next pair. Ooh, we're flying. This is fun.
Okay. The Sylvia Riddle Animal Tarot.
Okay. I've been watching this one for a bazillion years. Okay. Hold on. Let me share the progress.
Oh, she's smiling. This is going to cost me money.
Well, this is happening for me regardless, so like whatever.
Thanks to me, Peggy, because I shared it on Supportive Town.
Yeah, I was starting to like you, Kelly, but we may have to talk. Just saying.
Okay.
There's got to be more art I can show. I'm going to try to open up.
I don't think Kelly is sad.
No, I'm going to try to open up more of the images if I can figure it out. I'm going to try to pull up. I think I'm going to try to pull up her Instagram. Give me 1 sec here because I think I'll be able to pull up more of the images that way.
I love her Temperance.
Yeah. Oh, Temperance is what's on the screen right now. So that's perfect. That's
the deer's looking down, and then on the reflection it has the skull.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got is it the fire symbol on his forehead? Which one's that?
Yeah, so it's got the fire symbol on his forehead, but then there's also, if you look in the reflection, look at this, it's like life above, and then
it's a skull below.
Isn't that cool?
And then I saw one. What was it? The Empress was an owl sitting on a crescent moon.
So the thing with this deck, for anybody that doesn't know, this has been in progress for like a while. She's working on the art pretty slowly. I'm going to try to find some.
And then her hangman is a sloth hanging upside down.
Oh my God. Oh, wait, here's the death. I found the death card. That's
cool. We'll bring that one up.
That's really beautiful. Yeah, that's the very Day of the Dead energy, the death card.
Yes. Okay. Yep. It's the bird, right?
Yep.
Yep. And then the other one was what I liked was the moon. It had the river, but then it had a moth.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Are these
some of these are her tarot cards, and some of it is her other work. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I've got to show Peggy the axolotl in the
curious. Okay, this is cute art. I really like the art.
It's really beautiful, but she's been working on it very slowly. Like this is this isn't one of the cards. It looks like it should be like the 5 of Pentacles. I don't know if it is or not.
Okay, so
she does so much work. It's hard to find just the cards.
I know.
On her Instagram.
Okay, her work is beautiful.
It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning.
So, and this is and you're looking at the Oracle deck.
This is a tarot deck.
This is a tarot.
You're looking at the tarot deck. Okay.
Yeah, like here's the 6 of Wands.
Okay. Well, let's leave that one up and then talk about the deck.
Okay.
So you've had I'm guessing that you've had a chance to see most of the art as it's okay. Right. But the deck isn't completed yet?
No.
Correct.
We don't know when it'll quite be going to Kickstarter, but it will eventually.
Okay.
And here's a twist. This would be my first Kickstarter.
Oh my God. What a good one for your first one, though. This one's going to be so good when it's ready. And it's interesting because I saw what you picked as the opposite for the pair, and it's the exact reason why I haven't bought the other one.
Okay.
I'm waiting for this one.
Right.
Okay. I have some thoughts, but let's see the other.
You want to see the other one, right?
First.
Okay. Let's talk about the one that's also up against it, which
one's coming out later in the year. It's by Rockpool.
Yeah, and that's the Orion's Tarot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be very similar kind of
it's
style.
Similar, but there's some slightly difference, and it shows the cups, it looks like.
The 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups.
It looks like it's going to show the actual cups and.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be like a pip deck.
Right, it's not going to be a pip deck. What I do like about it is the moon is a rabbit or a bunny. Bunny and no.
Okay. He's
but I added that one it's a mass market.
Yeah.
But also in case for some strange reason I end up missing out on Sylvia. Right.
So it sounds like Sylvia's deck really is going to be your preference in this.
Right.
Situation. Okay.
But for some strange reason I miss it, I'll go for Orion because it's similar. It's different, but there's some similar.
It's got that same kind of like ethereal sort of like universe, galaxy kind of feel.
Right. It's very pretty. I like it.
Both of these decks have such vibrant, colorful artwork. They're gorgeous.
I've seen Oak, Ash, and Thorn. I've seen some other ones. I was loosely looking at the Fiona. That's the one with one suits the fox. The other ones are
the Tarot Fauna.
Yes.
Yes.
And like I said, with Animal Tarot, nothing clicked. That one kind of clicked because I liked how they picked the animals for the suits.
Yep.
And I think the owl is the feathers or the swords. Yep. And I'm an owl nut.
Oh, okay.
And there's some foxes here.
Yeah. So that's got some appeal to that.
There was a point where I'm like, oh, I might get that one. But then it's like I looked at Pinterest and I saw Sylvia Riddle, and I went, oh God, because at one point I went, you know what, I'm probably never going to find a animal deck, and that's okay. Literally 2 days later, I see Sylvia Riddle. I'm like, that's it.
It sounds like that's really the one of this pairing. You just have to be patient, I guess, and wait for it.
The only two questions I have on this one, this deck is coming together slowly.
Right.
And sometimes that means you could be waiting for are you okay with the idea that you could be waiting for another year to get this deck?
That's fine.
Okay.
So if you're fine with that, some people view Kickstarter as a risk. Do you feel like
I've been watching like Lisa and Danny and Dustin. A lot of things you guys say is like you guys wait until there's more cards. Because I've been hearing you guys having some bad luck on some other ones. So
honestly, I would say I feel like I've backed a lot of decks, but
it's very, very the number of decks that are problematic are so tiny that the biggest risk is that you'll be waiting for a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Sylvia's deck is the one that I think that is the clear winner, and as long as you're comfortable with
and like I said, I think I always told myself I want to at least have one Kickstarter deck.
This is the one.
And I think this is the one.
And I think it's worth the wait. I think she's definitely not going to launch her Kickstarter until the art's done, which means that
she hasn't launched her Kickstarter yet.
That's the whole thing. Is like I feel like this is not a situation where I feel like the Kickstarter is going to happen and you're going to be waiting forever while she finishes the art, because I think she's going to finish it first.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's going to end up being where she's either going to be she's going to be done and then put it up, or she's going to have like 5 cards left. And then she's gonna put it on a website of the timeline, maybe.
That is the smartest way for these decks to come out, because then the art is done. Then you're not. Then nobody's going, I've given you my money. Where's my deck? Why aren't you done the art? Instead of like, okay, the art's done. Here's my money.
Exactly. I think this is going to be a good one.
So that means that tells me it's going to be a good deck, that it's going to be handled properly behind the scenes. And that you're going to have to wait to order it, but you're not going to have to wait to get it.
Agree.
I think that's your deck. I think that is your deck, because you're so much more. It sounds like the other one was just one that you picked.
It's just a backup. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think this is your deck.
I think this is the one worth committing to.
I think I think that is your deck.
It's probably going to be my first, maybe my only Kickstarter. Like I said, I want at least one Kickstarter deck.
Yeah.
This is it.
That is your deck. That is the one that you're going to get.
Yeah. I was so excited to see this on your list, because I have been lusting after this deck for so long.
And that's another deck that I posted.
Yeah, and when I see this when I saw this on your list, I literally had heart palpitations. So I'm like, is it ready? Is it done?
I was thinking about it too. Like I was thinking about I'm writing. I'm like, she's gonna have a heart attack.
Yep.
Oh God! So now, you're doing it again, Kelly. I'm liking you, and then you do the thing.
But this one was on my list already. So.
Yes.
I didn't know that, and now I do, and now I'm sad.
You can't unknow it now.
I can't unknow it.
Watch it launch Kickstarter. It's gonna be like $150, but it's too late because I've got skin in the game now. It's like it's definitely happening.
You love that term, skin in the game.
I've been using it a lot today.
Yeah, you have.
Just for now.
She has.
Today.
She has.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Don't know why.
It's like find the word of a day, use it to death.
That's what I do. It's true.
Okay.
Okay, we've done
wow,
really
we are
here.
just doing really good at telling you. You know what? We're really good at telling you to do what you know you want to do.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Because it's really just getting you talking about it. You can see from your reactions the difference so far.
Yep.
Let's see if we can go 3 for 3 and make this one an easy slam dunk too.
All right. So what are we? This is the Rider-Waite-Smith kind of duo, right?
I do not have an actual Rider-Waite-Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because a lot of them, they have these saturated colors, and it's confusing.
Yeah, I have the same feeling.
It's so confusing. And I'm like, years ago, I'm like, ugh, it's like, so that's why it's like, I like these.
Yeah.
It's not so confusing. This one, but I don't have a traditional right away.
Yeah, interesting. So what is the first one in this particular pair?
The Heaven and Earth Tarot.
Okay, let's bring this one up on the screen for people to see.
Yeah, because that came out. That came to my attention when you on 3 Fat Readers, where you guys were going through the decks that were coming out that year, that you guys were excited. And Dustin showed that one, and that got my attention. Going, oh, I like this one because it's not so colorful. It's gray, but it has some dash of color here and there. Just to bring it out. There's some that's a little dark with a little bit of light, and then there's some that brings out a little bit more light with a little bit more dark. Has a nice balance.
A nice deck.
It's really got the painted quality that's really mature in a way.
Mm-hmm. Like, didn't Dustin say something to the effect of like, because I know he's a big Rider-Waite fan.
Yeah.
I remember him saying something like, he says they took it and just made it better. Not modern, but just better. To me, like, I can look at it going, oh yeah, I know what that means. I know what that means. I know what that means. Yeah.
This one is really nice. Pretty, and this is mass market.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you get to save a few bucks.
Yep.
Okay. So what's the next one? What's
the one that it's up against?
Lisa has. That's the Darkness of Light Tarot.
Yep. You've seen this one. You actually really like this deck. You'll recognize it as soon as you see it because it was in my Say Yes to the deck. Oh, we've got that. Remember this one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to see more cards.
Well, what I like is it's an RWS. It has a little bit more darkness with a little bit of light, but it has like each suit has a bit of a color.
Yeah.
Just enough. And it's not. I think I just made my decision.
Did you? Was it that? I didn't have to say anything. This is awesome.
No. It's a beautiful deck, but I'm not Italian. Even though I would know what it means,
right there.
I'm leaning at Heaven and Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Rider-Waite-Smith, and it's done where I'm able to read it. It's not busy. It's like the old school. It's too busy with the colors.
It's too yellow.
This one's great, and it's enough colors. It's just enough colors that you know what's what, but it's not. You're not confused.
This is like if you really want a classic
Wow,
Rider-Waite-Smith.
I just sat here and said very little. This was.
No. He likes me.
I like you again, Kelly. This is awesome.
And I don't want this deck for my collection.
And she doesn't want the deck. I really like ukulele.
I don't think I've actually added anything to my list.
So have you really picked already?
Yep.
Without benefit of my 5 minutes of experience in the field?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one was it? I'm going to write it down. Go home. I'm done.
You weren't needed. This is the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And you know what's extra cool about this is that they're coming out in stages. You can get the Heaven and Earth right now because it's out now. The Winter Seal Oracle will be out later this year. And the Sylvia Ritter deck is whenever it comes out. So there's a built-in order too. Like you don't need to do nothing. And they're spaced in such a beautiful way that you'll get to know each one before the next one comes in.
That's true.
So like you can totally like bond with each one.
I think that now, is there any, I was just curious, so I never got to weigh in, so I have to say something now.
Well, yeah, clearly.
No, is there so getting a Rider-Waite Smith, is that so that you can get more familiar with the system behind that? Or was there a particular reason why you decided it was time to get an RWS deck?
I wasn't going to until I saw that deck.
Oh.
It's just this one you like.
So that's a happy accident.
That
then.
one that just clicked with me.
So in order, Heaven and Earth Tarot, then Winter Seer Oracle, and Sylvia Ritter's Kickstarter.
Yep.
Well, Sylvia Ritter's Kickstarter whenever it comes up. So that might be before or after. Right. And those are all really nice decks.
They're all really, and they're all really different.
Yeah. These are all unique decks. Yeah. And the thing is, it was kind of like, I like seeing, and then like, well, we can see you, but you can't see us. Again, Kelly is being a great sport because she can't see us on the screen.
I know.
She's been doing this blind.
And doing an amazing job.
Doing an amazing job. So yeah, but we can see the look on your face, and and it's a clear difference to us which decks you're the most excited about.
Yep, totally.
So you can look at a deck for intellectual reasons, but then which deck's actually gonna, and these decks are already they're already in your house. You're just waiting for them to show up.
Oh, I love that.
We have to get your social media and stuff too, because you're starting a channel. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have that link down below so people can check it out. And you're going to start putting videos up sometime in the next couple months?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yay.
So you can do your walkthrough of the Heaven and Earth Tarot.
There you go.
And then,
this is super exciting. I love that we got to talk about 3 different decks you get to buy. That just still makes me really happy.
Unique because I like the way that you were thinking around how you were putting all of this stuff together.
Yeah.
Because you did, you needed to make you needed to make the final decision, but it sounds like you never really pressured yourself.
Yeah. Have you seen, out of curiosity, based on what I've seen from you so far, have you seen the Modern Spellcasters Tarot?
I have seen it, but it's not
your thing.
Yeah, I'm not jumping. I have to be jumping out of my skin. Excitement.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Fair enough.
I want to get it.
Yep.
And even I have to on a scale of 1 to 10, if it's an 8, 9, or 10, I'll get it within a couple months, like a month, a few weeks to a couple months. Yeah. If it's out of my skin and then it's at level 5, I'll hold off a while to see if I'm still excited.
Yeah, and make sure. That's really smart, because then you're not going to end up with all this stuff you're not using.
Yeah. Or trying to use all this stuff at the same time and just getting overwhelmed.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can do those hauls that do 5 or 6. I'm like, oh no, I can't. No.
I have to table it. If I get a bunch of stuff too close together, and I have a large collection, as you know, but I have to put them aside and work with.
You work with them in order.
Yeah.
You work with them in order.
Kind of. Fine. Yeah, I kind of do, but yeah.
But everybody has their own system based on the amount of space they have, the amount of budget they have, the amount of time they have.
Yeah.
And I would never have the time for what you're doing.
No.
That's why I'm never going to be a professional reader. Look, I picked a card. You figure it out.
Lisa and Danny and then Dustin and a couple others, they don't have that many because you guys read for people.
Yeah.
I can't see myself doing that because I don't read for people, and it's only for my spiritual. And it's I don't read.
Yeah.
The number one rule is you do you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you do you, and if anybody has a problem with that, them. That's how I live my life.
This is my role model.
Exactly. Lisa has a ton of decks.
Right.
ended up acquiring some decks of my own.
Some of which are hand-me-downs for me.
Some of which, yeah, some of it. Well, she's had a couple of decks. Oh, I'm going to get rid of this deck. And it's like, oh, but it's a really cool round deck with keywords on it. So I want it.
Yep.
It's like, but like, if I start finding out that my little corner of tarot decks is getting too full, I will start getting rid of decks because I'm not going to build a collection.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has to do what works for them. It's that simple. It sounds like you're onto a really good thing that works for you. I love that we helped you pick out some decks today.
3. I'm excited about that there's 3.
Yeah, I figured you'll like that one. Normally, I'm like, no. I have like 6, but I got to go down to 3, and it's these pairs. And they're similar.
I love that you did that because it took your own twist on it, which is super fun.
And the timing of when these decks are coming out means that you're not going to be dropping a big chunk of money all at once that you may regret if you end up not liking the decks.
Super true.
There's always that. There's always that.
I don't see myself not liking these decks.
I can't wait to hear how they all work out for you. So definitely keep us posted.
Yeah,
and definitely let me know if you see that Kickstarter hit.
And I'll be posting it on yeah, it is.
Exactly. Do it.
Oh no.
Yep.
I like you like now, Kelly. Hold on.
Oh my God, this was so much fun. And I'm so glad it worked.
I had a good time. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
I was really happy when I saw that what you were planning on doing, and I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
So far, it's been fun for us. So far, we hope it's been fun for all of our willing victims that have come on.
Willing victims, yeah. I had a great time. So yeah,
we're already calling it the game show where you have to buy your own prizes.
Yep.
I think that's going to turn into a thing.
Yep.
Maybe we'll put it in the intro. Welcome to the game show where you buy your own prize.
Yeah, we should.
I don't know how that's
going to be really fun. Oh my
God. That'd be bad.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Kelly.
Yes.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All of your social media, all of your stuff will be linked below so people can come and check you out, sign up, do the things. Click all the things so they can follow you. Get ready for your first video. Get excited about that.
Yes. We'll keep an eye out, and I'm excited you're going to be making videos. I can't wait to see.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Awesome. I loved it.
You almost said dick.
I did say dick.
And then you said it again.
I know. There's no point even trying to hide it. Help fund Ellie's deck budget. Then she can get the Forest of Enchantment and the Green Witch Tarot and the White New what? Saying.
Okay. This was not what we're.
I know.
This is where you need to put a gag on her.
Like,
put a gag on her. Throw in the corner. I'll just continue without her.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm a visual thinker.
I am too. I totally know what you mean. Oh my gosh! Did you say it had a pig in it?
Pagan. That's like my accent, my Massachusetts accent. I parked the car with a quarter.
What is